Hello, good afternoon. I'm Wendy, and on behalf of Circle 96, a very, very warm welcome to Straight Talk, Feng Shui review on the Lilium. In this review today, our masters will not be holding back their tongues and will share all valuable information with you. You will be wondering why we are doing this show. Are we paid for doing this? The answer is no. We are not paid by any developers and/or agents, nor do we represent any of them. This is our very own no-holds-barred straight talk review. We understand that many Singaporeans buying a property in Singapore is a significant decision, and it involves a large sum of money. Hence, Circle 96 would like to do our part and share our expertise with you. Firstly, I'd like to thank our wonderful sponsors, the Torino Lamborghini Luxury Energy Drink, a carbonated soft drink that provides the right amount of energy in every moment of your life. Our next sponsor is RenoTalk, the #1 renovation platform in Southeast Asia for people to come together to talk and engage on renovation matter. recommended by property owners for all property owners. Last but not least is Sky Creation, an award-winning renovation firm that has garnered several awards in the industries over the year. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you our masters. I have with me today Master KK Xiao, our senior modern Feng Shui consultant, who at one point doesn't believe in Feng Shui, sharing all the same sentiments as those non-believers until he was enlightened by his wife. Together, they have over 80 years of experience and audited more than 1,000 properties internationally, creating happiness, health, and wealth for many using modern Feng Shui. Let's welcome Master KK.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today we're going to talk about the Lilium, and we will not hold back our tongue. We're going to give you everything we know. All right. So I look forward to share more with you guys. I will just retreat back to the studio for a while and let Wendy introduce the second masters. Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you. That's Master KK. So together with him, we have Master Simas Sim, another Feng Shui practitioner with us, with a very strong foundation in philosophy and application of the I Ching metaphysics. He is also professionally trained in areas of computer science and information technology, and also a proud winner of our Singapore Young Scientist Award in 1992. Let's welcome Master Simas.
Hello, everyone. Yep. Today we're talking about the Lilium. I think this is one of the quite a good condo. Stay tuned and see how we evaluate this condo.
Okay, definitely looking forward to that. So together with the two masters, I have Master E.L. Feng. He is born into a family of Feng Shui masters who's been practicing this art for 40 years. He is our walking Feng Shui dictionary, who is well versed in all sub-branches of Feng Shui. Master Feng has been using his talent and experience to improve the lives of many people around him. Feng Sifu.
Hello，大家下午好欢迎大家来到风水直接说的 Lilium。好，一会儿你们将会听到我们大家的分析，希望你们喜欢，谢谢，交回给 Wendy 了。
谢谢冯师傅，我洗耳恭听。Okay, viewers, just a very quick note to highlight. Okay, as the development is not fully constructed, okay, our master's assessment are based strictly on the environmental analysis for today. Okay, so without further delay, okay, let's pass the time over to my three masters. Let's go on Lilium.
Thank you, Wendy. Now, there is also a little bit of advantage over here. Last week, I was actually invited to the Lilium for a sneak preview by one of the property agents. Having said that, everything we say is still based on strict talk. We are not paid by the developers, nor are we paid by the property agents to say good things about these properties. It's just that the property agent, who is also a close friend of ours, knows that the Lilium is coming up today. She has arranged me to see the property just in order to give me a bit more information so that I can give you all, to the audience, more information, and hence you can make a better decision. All right, having said that, let's have a disclaimer over here. Okay, now we're going to talk about, before we talk about the Lilium, I want to introduce you 7 pieces of item information your property agent can't share with you. This is a book that co-wrote by Master Sharon, Master Simas, Master Eric, and Master E.L. Feng. All right, we spent a lot of time, we spent a lot of effort, and we took a lot of pain to make sure this is the book that is very valuable to you, especially for clients who are looking for a new property. We all know in Singapore, property prices has gone up, skyrocketing, and we want to give you this book so that you can make a better decision. All right, this is totally free for you. All you need to do is stay tuned to the end of the show. All right. The second book is for people who already have their house and want to improve their house feng shui. This book is co-written by Master Sharon and myself. It's called Peace of Mind, the Modern Feng Shui Tips. All right. This book is also free to you. The very third book will be for business owner. There are 7 deadly feng shui mistakes that many business owners use, and this will bring down your business. This is a book also co-written by Master Sharon, Master Simas, Master Eric, and Master E.L. Feng, and myself. So all these 3 books were given to you at the end of the show. Wendy will be very nice to give you this link at the end of the show, so that all you need to do is just download and get 3 books for free. All right. So without further ado, let's go straight into the Lilium. Now, I want to tell you guys something. I actually grew up in this place. So this is my little kampong, my little playground. Okay. So, so I have a very upper hand advantage on this one. So I'm going to share more information today. But before we actually continue to talk about the Lilium, I want to sector out the street directory. All right, this is a street directory. This map is actually powered by streetdirectory.com, the good people who give us all these beautiful maps. And to be a house hunter, you really need to depend on Street Directory, because Street Directory is a very good tool to help you. All right, we will share with you, I will guide you along why it's very important to use Street Directory, and they are very, very good. All right, I say very good means I'm not paid by Street Directory, but I'm telling you they are very good. Okay, they are very good to use as a house hunter. Now, first and foremost, we're going to draw 8 lines. Why are we going to draw 8 lines? So we're going to divide them into 8 sectors. For example, the sector over here, as you can see, will be northwest sector. Meaning to say, Lilium is at the center of the map, and then you divide them into 8 sectors. So with the 8 sectors be divided out, we know from Lilium, the east is what represented by what building, the southeast is represented by what buildings and roads, south as well, and then the southwest followed by the west. So this makes it very, very clear what kind of buildings are surrounding us, what kind of houses, what kind of roads are surrounding us. Now, many people have this understanding that for Feng Shui, you need 八字. Well, not true. Okay, let me give you a very simple example why the environment that you are staying is much more important than your 八字. For a very simple reason, if I can bring you back to 1945, when Hiroshima was attacked by atomic bomb. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 45,000 people perished instantly. In 1 minute, 45,000 people perished. Okay, now 45,000 people do not share the same date and time of birth. Do you agree? Yes, but they share the same death date. Plus, they also share the same location. They were all in Hiroshima. So hence, I want to tell you the area that you're going to stay in, it's playing a bigger role than you expect. Okay, so do not just based on your 八字, based on your postal code, based on the environment, it's more important, it's more accurate. However, 1 minute you have, 1 second, every second you have 4 baby born, okay, in the world. How can all of them be the same? Even if you are a twin, sharing the same address, sharing the same parents, sharing the same time of birth, you also have different accomplishment, different health problems, different academic treatment as well. So do not just based on your 八字, based on the environment, it's much more accurate. All right, having said that, masters, let's talk about the north sector, and then we go all the way around into northeast, east, southeast, south, southwest, west, and finish with northwest. Now, we will not hold back our tongue, as what we promised. We'll tell you what we see. Nothing will be kept, and we will share everything. I mean, everything we see. Good, we'll also tell you. Not good, we'll also tell you. Okay, masters, is that a promise to all our audience?
Yes.
Thank you all for tuning in. And today, let's start with the north sector. Now, north sector represents the year 2020. So every sector represents a particular year. All right, for northeast, for southeast, for southwest, and northwest, these are the 4 sectors represented by 2 years. For example, northeast represents the year 2020. Sorry, pardon me. The northeast represents 2021 and 2022 next year. All right, so the 4 corners represents 2 years. The actual 4 sector represents 1 year. North, east, south, and west represent 1 year. All right. Each sector also represents a particular family members. For example, north. North represents the second born boy at home. The second born boy. That means he must have an elder brother above him. He cannot be the firstborn boy with an elder sister. That doesn't count. He must have a second. He must be a second boy that has already got 1 elder brother above him. All right, he must have a koko above him. Thirdly, each sector also represents a particular body part. For example, the north sector. North sector represents kidney. All right, north sector represents kidney. So also represents hearing. All right, your ears, hearing. All right, so every sector represents a particular body part or a few body parts. Okay. And each sector also represents the 5 elements, one of the 5 elements. For example, the north represents the water element. Okay? Having said that, now let's talk about the north sector. All right? Let me start off first, and then we'll talk about it much later. All right, north sector, for people who's going to buy into the Lilium, I can only say a few things. First, there is a church over there, which I like it very much because church is metal element. It produces water, so I like the church very much. North sector also have a few other water terrains. There's a water terrace, which I also like it very much. So north sector represented the year 2020. So friends who are looking to seriously purchasing the Lilium, I would say last year, the year last 2020 was relatively a good year for you guys. All right, Master Simas, please continue. Take over.
Yes. Yeah. The church is there, and also if you can choose the right unit, then you can see that the Nam An Xian Teng. The Nam An Xian Teng actually is a Teochew or Hokkien. It means that the Buddhist temple. Yeah, there's no joystick one. The inside there is only Buddhist inside there. So if you select the unit correctly, the block correctly, then this will be at the north. Then will be good. If you select it wrongly, then it fall into the northeast. Then it's not so good already. Yeah, and also on the other hand, we can see that there is this Ta Jing factory, Tai Keng Villas. Okay, but all this in Chinese. Master Feng, 华语哦，大庆 what good or not?
大金也可以。
大进，发达进步and Tai King, Da Qing, very good. So this sector actually we can see a lot of good thing, but far away there's something not so good not so good. Probably it's not shown in the map, but I can see that there's this Pertapis Center for women and girls. This is not so good. This is not so good. Yeah. So there's good and bad, but you have to select the right unit, the right blocks at this development itself.
Good. Master Feng, please tell us more.
没有问题，因为这个地方呢，刚才你说了，我们只要选好的 unit， 就是选好的 layout 的时候，那么可以帮助年轻人刚结婚的啦，生孩子，把北边调好，就是北边不要有缺陷，那么你就生孩子就很好啦。就是年轻人生孩子的机会就很高，因为那个北方这边不是说很差，因为它也有帮的，也有什么的，所以它是平，就是看你选的方位那个 unit 了所以在北方好的话，你就 OK， 对年轻人刚结婚的夫妇很好，对老人也不错，因为那边呢是有糖尿病基因的人就要很小心，不然如果你放多一点草树木那里呢，就比较麻烦了，就血糖就会高了，所以呢都要注意北边是整个地方最重要的地方，所以一定要加强。所以这整个地方基本来说，它北方有好有坏，所以最重要现在就看你选的unit 了这点呢，慢慢等一下我们会再继续的说下去。好，现在继续。
Yes. What Master Feng in summary would say that north is very important for friends who have diabetic issues. You need to take special care of it. North is also represented by water elements. So for two people who want to get married and have produced children, you look into the north because north also represents the male reproductive organs, the sperm, right? The sperm, right? The semen. So if your north is weak, you generally have problems reproducing. So Master Feng also did mention that you need to look into selecting which particular unit is also playing a big part in your whether successful getting your forming a family or not. Okay, in general, 对吗？冯师傅係咪啊？
Yeah.
对，沒錯。
Good. Let's move on to the northeast sector. All right, Northeast sector represents the year 2021, 2022. Northeast sector is earth element, and the family members represented by Northeast sector is the third son. That means they must have two sons in the house, and then this is the third boy, okay, the third son. Northeast sector also represents something very important. Family harmony is represented in Northeast sector. Northeast sector also represents career for the whole family is also represented by Northeast sector. Northeast sector also represents body parts. There are the nose, shoulder, the neck. All right, the neck and shoulder. Did I just point shoulder and I just point here wrongly? Okay, so this is the neck and the shoulder. Pardon me. Okay, and then the spine, the lower back, and the arms as well. Okay, so there are many body parts represented by the Northeast, also representing the skin, right? The eczema and things like that, skin problems, right? If it's Northeast is not strong, these are all the issues you have. So I strongly suggest you have very strong Northeast. And over here, I must say something. I kind of like the Northeast because there are two schools over there. Okay, like I said, I like streetdirectory.com very much because they segregate out all the buildings in different colors. Right, as you can spot very clearly over there, there's two schools and they're all in peach color, right, bright peach color, which is fire element. And like I just said, Northeast represents earth. So when you have school, Northeast, fire is good for Northeast. Right, the two schools are very good for Northeast. Hence, I pretty much like the Northeast sector. Having said that, I think Masters spotted a few things and they want to share. Come, Master C, Master.
Yeah. School is good, but you look at the other side is actually industrial buildings. So the industrial building, among them, actually there are some good, some bad, but majority of them is actually countering the sector. Countering the sector means that it will suck the energy from the sector. So this means that not so good. Also in the same direction, you can see there's a society for the age sick. Wow, this is not so good. Listen to the name itself. Wow, this is not very good to the sector also. And luckily, just beside it, there's this Hong Lai Chi temple. Wow, this temple is nice. Yeah, because they got people who do the praying with the joysticks one. Yeah, so in these sectors, we like fire, we like red stuff. So you can spot red stuff over here, then it will be good for you, but not green one, right? Yeah, so Feng Sư傅點睇呀？
哎呀，我偷偷的告诉你，这边的地方呢，这个东北方很好，适合什么人住呢？跟你说，这个是很大的秘密。如果你是做生意的话，你可以住这个地方哦，对你非常好哦，因为你的 platform 非常好。当然了，做生意不可能没有压力嘛，压力就是来自那些地方哦。如果你有信仰的话，那更好啊，因为他信仰就化了那些不好的东西。当然，你选的那个 unit 那个东北方就是 Northeast， 不要有缺角哦。缺角了，那就是减少它的那个有益的地方哦，就是变成比较麻烦一点啊，就是这样。所以呢，你们呢都要注意咯，住在里面的人家庭是很和谐的咯，当然也不要那边有缺角，那么你住的就很开心了，所以做生意也赚大钱哦。希望你们选到好的 unit， 如果不会选呢，应该找谁呢？你知道的啦。OK。好
OK， 做生意有 platform， 哇，这个 platform 不错哈，有学校哈，不是五塔车啊。
对呀，因为他有贵人。
Andy, you want to help us to recap what Master Feng has just said? Yes.
Sure. I heard it very loud and clear. No missing corners. So when you pick a unit in this particular development, you have to make sure that there's no missing corner for the very successful business people. And if you have no missing corner, you are also assured of a very harmonious family. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So to make sure that you pick a correct unit with no missing corners, please call Circle 96.
Right. We also want to highlight that Master Feng also did mention that this is good for people who opens their own business, who have their own businesses. Okay. Northeast also represents little children. Having said that, there's two schools there. It's good for children. Okay. It's also family. It's also pregnancy. So good. It's good. However, I want to highlight a few things for you. Just maybe just one thing, one important thing. All right. That in between the line between north and northeast, I think you can see the word court over there, closer to the school. All right. Lorong Asu, there's word court over there. having said that, I want you to be careful. Beginning of the year, if you can experience, maybe you had already experienced there was some speeding ticket, summons, and things like that. So just be careful. Okay, be careful. All right, good.
Master KK, the same thing, right, also happened in the north sector. There's also a word court over there. It's called Ikai court. Same position at the at the juncture of that two.
不用担心，不用担心，因为他们拿房子的时候已经超过了那个cycle了啊，应该是没什么大问题。再来的8年、10年，就是没有什么大问题可以化解的啊。
Okay, so can be remedied, although there's still some small issues, right? But it's just small issues. Okay, easily handled by the masters. Okay.
Okay, good. Shall we move into the east sector?
East.
All right. Good. We don't know whether the audience out there are they benefiting from this. If you're benefiting from it, can you please give us a 666? Wow, I like 666. Oops, but I know something.
888 cannot.
888.
346 also can. 388 also can.
Because tomorrow Halloween, so that's why I asked.
Master KK is thinking of that.
Right. Thank you all for tuning in. You know, it's a hot afternoon on Saturday, and then I really appreciate your time and taking participation in our live Feng Shui. Okay, good. Thank you all for the 888, Rosemary, Wendy, and Ritai. Thank you so much, Gerald Tay. Thank you so much. Okay, good to hear that everything has a solution. Wow, this is from Rosemary. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's just talk about the East sector. Now, East sector represents the first boy in a family, the firstborn son in the family. Regardless, he has 2 to 3 sisters, but the firstborn boy in the family represented by the East sector. East sector also represents the year 2023, coming year 2023. In the past, it was the year 2011. East also represents growth, right? Whether you are good in GT or not, whether you're a positive person or not, also represented by the E. East also representing the legs of the family, right, and the liver, and also represents cholesterol, hepatitis, also is represented by the East. Now, East also represents the year 2023, as I mentioned. I particularly like a few things that's looking into the East. First, there's a Kensington Square. So square is earth element. So I like the word square, and it's east. Very good. There is a park over there. All right. And there's a lot of green in the east. But most importantly, I see that there's construction going there. It's under the Hougang. Can't see the word Hougang. You know, there's a construction going on there. Okay, which I like it very much. All right. So I like the east part a lot. All right. So, but I think Masters point out something of a concern. All right, Masters, please go ahead. Master Simas.
Hougang Citrine, the one is Hougang Citrine. Yeah, this is good. This is good. And also there's a little bit of the industrial area at the southern side of this east sector. Wow, this one also very nice. This is Namyang Center lah, East Spring lah. Wow, it's nice. But okay, now I see some Malay words. So just now, Master KK said that, wow, the first boy is very hardworking, right? So because he can make money, then this is usaha. Usaha in Malay actually is the hardworking. And then there is kurnia. Kurnia means that is given by the God. Wow, this is very nice. This is very nice. But I don't know why there's this word korban over there. Sacrifice. It means that when you're talented, when you are a very hardworking, and then when you earn something, you probably will just help the others. I think this is one of very good nature of the characters of the person. Yeah. So and also I see the red color, the green color patches over there. Yeah, this sector of green, and then the green. Likes green very much, and a lot of support given. So even you're very hard work, no worry, the health itself will be there. Yeah, will be very good. Yeah, so yeah, that's about it. 馮師傅點睇啊？
我睇嘅同你哋都一樣，但係咧，你哋冇講到適合咩人字喎，所以你哋要知道咩人字嘛。
good luck 嘅人咯。
話啦，等陣好多人唔識聽啊，我就講華語吧。
OK，
這個地方你看的地方，哇，非常的好哦。好在哪裡？好對你的住那邊的男孩子非常好。如果是讀書的話，哇，非常用功啊，非常用功，而且你不用管他的，他自己會自立，所以他也很努力。但是呢，如果你是給那種有工作的，做什麼好呢？可以做 salesman 啊，他哇很厲害啊，很用功啦，不會懶惰的，他經常會去找 sales，你不用推他，他成績也非常的好的，所以做 sales 他賺得到錢的。還有一個最重要的是做什麼行業呢？做兵啊。做那種兵啦，做那種軍隊的啦，都很好啊。你看那個地方都一樣非常適合這種人住哦。所以這個地方非常適合所以這個地方你們要 make full use of that 那麼你們就選一個 unit， 東邊不要有缺口的地方，那麼什麼裡面的好的東西，你們就會 grab 到了所以要注意哦，要選好的，那麼你們一家人就開開心心好的，就講這麼多吧，不然把衣服過來了。
I'm trying my very best. Okay. First thing, the main concern is all good stuff will come to selecting a right unit. Okay, that is won by Master Feng. So right unit again means no missing corners. Okay, so this particular development, according to Master Feng, is a very good place generally. People, the male, especially for the male, they will be very independent and hardworking. So if you're an employee, okay, it will be very good for people like the salesmen. They will actually have very good proven results with their career, with sales. And it's also very good for army personnel, correct? Okay, I don't think I left out anything this time, right, Master KK?
Yes, good, very good.
Getting there.
More points,
he talked so long, you only talk less than 1 minute.
Alamak. I just have to add in more adjectives next time. Okay, the next sector I will try. Okay, I will try. I get ready all my dictionary.
Hello, you forgot the Cantonese one.
Cannot. Chinese already, one by one translation. Wow, I'm already. You didn't see my perspiration dripping down, right?
Thank you, Wendy, for that wonderful sharing. Do you think you can allow me to share a few more points, few more points about the East sector? Would that be okay?
The East sector. Go ahead, Master.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Well, I'd like to highlight a few points. First and foremost, Master Feng did mention that this is a good place for the first son. Very strong. I totally agree with him. Very, very strong. And also, he's a giver, like what Master Simas has said. Master Simas mentioned something about the road chroma. Okay, so it's a giver. It's definitely, we all know givers means he will gain in the future. All right, giver. However, I'd like to highlight to you that there is a road over there. It's called Jalan Lokam. Right, that road leading to the Tai King Garden, that road has a little bit of bow and arrow. Okay, so that's a bow and arrow, which means, ladies and gentlemen, especially mommy, right, if you are going to expect a firstborn boy when you move into the Lilium, I want you to insist that your husband get you a very good gynae. All right, because when you have a bow and arrow in the East sector, it usually was, during the pregnancy, it can be a bit of challenging, maybe a lot of morning sickness, maybe towards during the birth, it has some complication. So if you get your hands on to a very good gynae, all this can be addressed. Okay. Also, extra information will be that when coming to year 2023, be careful every time you want to sign a document, because read the fine print properly. Don't get yourself into problems, entanglements of a betrayer. Okay. Thirdly, there is a petrol station at the far right-hand corner. All right. So this little boy may have a little bit of temperament. All right. The small first boy in the family may have a lot of temperament. Okay. Nothing that cannot be controlled, nothing cannot be addressed. But just one petrol station, small case. However, the next one I want to highlight to you is that you can see there's a Singapore Girls' Home over there. All right, Singapore Girls' Home represents something that's not so auspicious. I'm not trying to profile. I'm just saying that it is actually a gated development. So maybe the disciplinary wise, you parents need to be paying extra effort, right? But can be changed. That means can be improved because it's already been helped. All right, girls' home goes in, they become a better person. Okay, I think Master Feng did mention it's good for people who are in the military, so become very disciplined. However, Master Feng maybe did not mention that this is also a good place for entrepreneur, because there are a lot of factories, a lot of closer to the southeast sector, between the southeast sector that line. So there are a lot of factories over there. You know, say this boy is good to become an entrepreneur, all right? And because there's depot over there, there's Kim Chuan Depot, there's a little Kim Chuan Depot extension. Meaning to say this little boy love his vehicle, love his cars, and also he is a very hyper boy. Can be very hyper. He likes to move around, very outdoor person, especially you see so many greens over there. All right, these are my little sharing. Masters, what do you say?
Yeah, I think you especially pointed out the poison arrow, that thing. Yeah, actually there are not only one, two, but three. One is Hougang Avenue 1, one is Hougang Avenue 3, and the other one is the Tai Keng Garden, that one. Yeah. So remember we mentioned about the qi, that the resonance of the qi, and it all happened at this sector. I don't know why. So it means that when we want to do some remedies, we need to take extra care for these three particular crescents that shooting into the location. Yeah. So this is not. We need to really take extra care about this place.
Okay, no worries, can be addressed easily. All right, like what Master Sharon had just mentioned to me before I leave the house today. Master Sharon said, I am not afraid of bow and arrow. Okay, Corinne and Master Sharon. All right, you want to type that into the chat so that we can flash that one, and then we know that you're actually looking at us. I know your Master Sharon is already saying there, saying already. Okay, so we have a hello to Lisa. Thank you for joining us, Lisa. All right, and thank you for Master Wendy for Master Sharon for replying, and thank you Wendy for replying to Miss Lisa as well. Right, Master Sharon say yes, correct. All right, she is not afraid of bow and arrow. Okay, good. There you have it, straight from the horse's mouth. All right, we have a question from a gentleman. This gentleman is called Jovi. Jovi mentioned something about this. All right, questions are from Jovi. She says, North sector cannot have plants placement. That is correct. Plant is wood element. North sector is water element. So it's not good to have plant placement. If not, it will affect the memories, the strategy. But most importantly, there are two things that you will affect. Will be the cash flows for the family and also the kidney. Right? May not be so good for the family's kidney. Okay. Good. We'll answer the rest of the question later. Now let's move on further to talk about Southeast sector. Masters, are you all ready? Southeast sector? Good. How about our audience? Are they ready for Southeast sector? If you're ready for Southeast sector, please key in SE and then represent Southeast sector, SE, and then we'll talk to you more about Southeast sector. Now, Southeast sector represents body parts and sectors of the years and the elements and the family members. All right. Southeast represents the first daughter, the first born girl, right? He can have 2 or 3 brothers above him, above her, doesn't matter, so long she's the first born girl. She's considered a Southeast sector, right? Southeast sector is represented by wood element, just like East sector, they're all wood element. So the first girl and the first boy are all wood element. Okay. Having said that, Southeast also represents the coming year 2024, 2025. In the past, it was 2012, 2013, and then the body parts will be lymphoma, okay, and of course the hair. All right, so a lot of people say, why must we look into the past? Well, to see the history will reflect on your future. All right, always go back to the history and reconfirm, and then you can see back your future. Okay, So, Feng Shui Fu and Master Simas, please, we do not talk about hair anymore, okay? Stop the hair from now on. I already.
Hey, I did not say you raise it, that one.
Oh, no, he left me out, so I can say it, right?
Oi, payday, ha. Tomorrow, payday, ha.
Oops, I forgot. I forgot.
Online, they're saying tomorrow payday is highlighting. Okay.
Halloween
Go ahead.
scary
Okay,
issues.
Master Simas, please tell me.
Yeah, okay. This sector, like the closest one, beside the terrace over there, we can see the church. Wow, this name very long. Okay, just say that it's the church. Okay, church at this sector means that cut hair.
假頭門咯，冇變啦，
I understand.
來了
It's
咯
good habit.
來了啦。
Yeah.
Very simple. Metal cut the long thing. What is it? Right. So a reader, simple reader for you, the primary school student also can guess it right, right? So a metal, okay, cutting a long thing. Yeah. What is it? Yeah. Okay. So by the way, this sector actually we can see a lot of industrial area as well. So it means that the first girl of the home itself, of the house itself, wow, very, very technical, very, very hardworking as well. And also, there are some area we can see that some of this industrial is very, very technical one. So it means that you have a very, very technical girls at home. Wow, that's very good. And also, you can see the Kim Chuan depot is there, right? So like what Master KK mentioned just now, if the boy likes car, like sports car, you know, like keep all this thing. Yeah, the girl may like this because a technical person who can earn a lot of money, then driving a Porsche or Ferrari doesn't matter, right? 係嘛？
你说的刚才剪头发，我觉得呢，这个女孩子在家是剪头发，剪到短短的，而且可能是当兵，她驾的是兵车。可能是这样哦。哦，她可以做 officer 嘞，因为你看她
officer 哦，
不错的，相当不错的。但是啊，她这个脾气有一点硬哦，很 stubborn， 有一点 rebellious， 就是有一点反叛的性格咯。因为金克她嘛，但是呢，有一些如果是家里的人就要注意咯，真的是要讲掉头发咯，没办法咯，要讲啊。因为金克木嘛，而且脾气有些人在里面会起打不轰啊，你看的，因为他那个脑神经啊，那个性卦呢也是代表少意思啊，就是脑神经会有一点衰弱咯。对，如果再配合一些号码的话，那就会有一点 depression 哦，就是比较自寻烦恼的意思啦。所以呢，就是要注意哦，不要选择少一有缺角的地方，那么就 OK 啦，头发就不会掉那么多，只要 keep short hair 就可以了。keep short hair 哦，女孩子 keep short hair 哦，you know 啦 ，OK。这是比较 strong 的，这家 family 的孩子是真的是很 strong，OK。好了，就讲这么多 ，Wendy。
Okay,
Wait,
thank you. Yes.
Wendy, please tread your words with careful, okay?
I know tomorrow. I remember tomorrow is payday.
有 just 买那个洗发水给他咯，
Yes. 啊，
洗头水，
洗头水
洗头水呀。
OK， 好，我明天领了薪水，我就去买洗头水。Okay, so jokes aside, beside these hair issues, okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't say anything. I'm just translating. You see, so Master Feng has very nicely brought up that especially for the first daughter, can be rather strong-willed. So therefore, this young lady, may potentially be very stubborn and rebellious. However, besides dropping hair issues, we also have to look into the mental health. So it can be rather weak. So please make sure that you have it very well look into, especially for the southeast sector of the house, the unit that you're going to purchase. Otherwise, because of the missing element, you can be potentially exposed to even depression, right? So I guess all these issues will actually lead to a lot of people, literally tearing your hair out of your head. So I think it can be quite important issues that we all should look out for because hair actually is part of our image. So yeah, 很重要的一个东西。对，
和尚尼姑就没有关系咯。
对，不过他们多数都不会住这一带的了，我想，对不对？他们会找些 monastery。
Right. Let's move on. Okay.
No. We actually missed out one very important thing: the Paya Lebar underground pass. Red, the black color stuff.
对，这个就是玄机所在。
这个太深了。玄机是什么？
东南方一定要很强很强，因为你看那2个黑色的那个 underpass 就注意那里了。对，所以就会起风就是这样。
这样也是会掉头发，对。
那个掉头发是小事啦，起风就不好嘞，笑个起风，所以就注意一下对。
要翻译就有点难了。
烤风了，
偏回You mean that the temperament of the little girl can be quite drastic?
Yes.
So when we see there is a black under, that's why I said we like street directory a lot because it reflects everything nicely for us, different colors, and the black underpass over there literally states that there is a potential for blockage in terms of stroke. Okay, so you must take care of your health a little bit. Try not to. If you especially have underlying heart diseases, so you want to take care of your vein because foot is also represented by thin lines apart from the hair. It also represents the vein. Okay, so that's one sector. That's another thing I want to fine things, correct. There are 2 things I want to highlight here as well. First and foremost, there are 2 bridges over there. So it represents that the year 2025 there will be 2 changes, right? Can be change of portfolio, change of career, or a change of the children's going to school. So basically 2 changes. I also like this sector because there are also wood element there where you can see factories and you also can see that this little girl, this firstborn girl in the family would be a very entrepreneurial one. All right, good for business. All right. And
Master Sharon just point out the 5 vessels problem.
Yes.
Right. All right, thank you very much, Master Sharon. All right. Now you all know who is the one behind quietly spot checking and supervising us, Master Sharon. Hi, one show. Okay, good. Thank you, Master Sharon, for highlighting that part. Good. Shall we move into the south sector? All right. Before we move to the south sector, let's talk a bit about our book. All right, we got a new book coming up. This book is actually to help homeowners to go for house selection. This is number 1 modern Feng Shui house selection checklist workbook for property buyers. In this book, all right, we will tell you how to look out for, or what to look out for in every sector. So I just mentioned to you just now stuff from the north sector, the northeast and the east sector, and the southeast sector. If you don't understand, we're just talking about the Lilium only. If you other properties you are interested, you can make use of this book, and this is the only and the number 1 book in Singapore. Right inside the book, we have segregated out into 8 sectors. We'll tell you and highlight to you in the north sector, for example, what should not be there. If you find these 8 buildings on happens to be in the north sector, then you really need to be careful. For example, if you have a construction site in the north sector, construction site represents the wood element. As we all know, north sector represents the water element. It is not good to have wood element in there. So how many construction sites do you have? Maybe you have 2 construction sites in your north sector, which is a no-no. All right, or maybe you will have a post office in your north sector, or you have a factory or warehouses in the north sector. All these you have to take notes. And by making a point on the left-hand side or putting a tick on the left-hand side, you know over here how many buildings or sector, how many buildings or routes are affecting you. For example, this one you have 3 buildings that is appearing in your north sector, which is not good for you. And what does this symbolize? It symbolizes the second boy and particular year And what kind of things problems? Cash flow problems, memory problems, strategy problems, etc. And what are the health problems that you need to take care are all spelled out nicely for you. So this is a very useful book for home hunters, all right? And this is the professional version. And we apologize that there's some printing problems and we're coming out soon, all right? Due to COVID and ding dong, but we apologize, but it's coming out soon, okay? And for this good book, it only costs you $47. And for the first 20 purchase, you get a free 30 minutes house analysis by our masters, okay? Having said that, for friends who are looking for properties, you don't know which one to purchase, we have this special unit price for you for this afternoon. All right, usual price is $1,500. Today we are letting it go only at $1,088. Very, very, very affordable. Now you may be thinking, wow, $1,000 for house selection is expensive for you. You wait until you don't get a house selection, and then you see what happens to it's going to cost you even more. Okay, as you mentioned just now. Correct, masters. All right.
Yeah.
Right. For the first 6 friends who sign up for this property house selection, you also get a free Feng Shui checklist workbook. Okay, this is all for you. And for friends who wants to come into us to buy the workbook, this is the code. You can scan the QR code. For friends who wants to have the properties house selection, also this is a QR code. For friends who want directly to do a Feng Shui audit because you already own the property, please scan the QR code, and then we'll give you a free 30 minutes consultation, and our office will send in a good masters to accommodate your analysis plus doing your house Feng Shui audit for you. Okay, good. Having done the commercial time, let's come back to the actual site, the south sector. I love the south sector a lot. Okay, the south sector represents the year 2014 in the past, and the future will be 2026. The south sector represents fire element. South sector also represents the second daughter in the family, the second born girl. That means they must have a sister above her, an older sister above her, followed by the second. South also represents academic. All right. South also represents the eyesight, the blood pressure, the heart, and also South represents for the ladies with the breast. Okay. So I love the South very much because South we have partial of the MRT, the public MRT over there. And it's a school over there. So school represents fire element. Hence, the South is very, very much enhanced. So I like to have the masters to tell us more about your South sector. Please, masters. Master.
Good cantonment. Wow, this one is bigger than the others. Right, so this is blue in color. I mean, blue is just nice because it's wood as well. So wood at the fire sector, what does it mean is that, wood will help the fire to grow. So, the fire is really wang over here, very wang. And then, Master Feng, 对吗？旺。
对，旺，没错，非常的旺，而且呢，这个地方啊，哇，是适合读书人啊，这个是文明之地啊，因为火代表文明向上嘛，所以这间的人住的孩子啊是非常用功有学问，这也是一个文昌位哦，非常的好，而且人缘呢非常的不错的哦，你看他们的人际关系在外面的非常的好。因为这个也是代表人际关系啊，而且他们交的朋友啊，全部都都是非常好的，有名望的这种火是向上的，光明的，对，所以呢，这间其实是非常很好的一个住宅的环境啊。这里如果你的家里的 layout unit 选到南方不要有厕所啦，当然第一啦。那么这家人一定是文书或者是叫做什么文香这个之地就是说读书的方面就是状元所以有其可待状元郎就在
书香世家
书香世家这肯定的所以是非常好的一个选择的住宅相当有文化的，所以这边的人不简单哦。当然 ，unit 是最重要的一个选择的方面，看你要什么了。因为现在 HCB 都是有缺角的，不是缺这里就缺那里，就是这样，所以要很小心的选择。所以东西没有十全十美，就是看你怎么选择了。所以这边呢是很好的，请珍惜 OK， 好的 ，Wendy，
Wendy 真的被你们难倒了。你这次的那个词语，OK，我尽量啊。OK，I know from Master Feng, okay, this particular South here has very strong academic sector. So there could be a lot of scholars, right? Okay, it's also a very good network sector. Okay,
Yes.
especially because this is a great environment. But however, he point out, please be careful not to pick one with a toilet unit in the south sector. But actually, why? Why no toilet, sir? 西服能解释吗？有 toilet，actually 你一定会有办法的吗？ Like Master Sharon 都不怕 bow and arrow，你怕厕所吗？
不怕，当然是有办法。厕所是什么？是肮脏水，水又可以克火，不单止你文昌位被污秽了，就是污秽就想破坏那个文昌位，而且家里的人的血管啊之类啊就要注意啊，然后再加上这个那个东南方又不好啊，那么就是有就是脑血管的问题了。南方是代表头咯，所以你看这边不好，那边不好，两个地方不好，就有脑血管中风的问题。所以你说选物质是不是很重要呢？对吧？
对，太 chim 了，too many things. Okay, I'll just make it very simple. Just don't pick a toilet. If there's a toilet or if you're lost, please just look for the masters. Okay, then you will have no issues. Okay, because there's a lot of issues if you pick a toilet in the south apparently.
Master 不可以把你的 toilet 移走啊。
It's not that don't pick a toilet, don't pick a unit that toilet is at the south.
哇，这个很重要哦，这个非常重要哦，这个是很大的秘密，都跟你们说了。
Actually, if you have that, then the outside and inside will resonate. What means by resonate means that why outside got not so good thing, then the inside will actually bring it in. So what is it not so good over here? Although it's not very critical, but it's the Mount Vernon road. We know that Mount Vernon is what? 飞龙山
What does that mean? What is 飞龙山?
飞龙山 last time is the last time is what place is that? It's all the was put inside there. I remember when I was young, my grandmom was put there.
Oh, okay.
Mount Vernon.
Okay.
Right. Masters, do you think I can add few points, maybe a few points? Would that be okay?
Sure, Master KK.
Good. Actually, I like the south a lot. If we move the map slightly lower, which we can't, but we would. If you look in the map slightly lower, there is actually a Gurkhas camp. Like I said, I grew up in this area, so the Gurkhas camp or the Gurkhas camp, locally you call it. Gurkhas are people from Nepal, and they are known for two things. They are known for their bravery, very brave people. Okay, we have heard many stories about the Gurkhas, especially the one that they just fought in Afghanistan and Iraq. So there's a lot of stories about them, and then it goes all the way back a long history. Gurkhas are brave people, but what really stand out from them, apart from the brave, is that Gurkhas are also very loyal soldiers. Okay, South in relationship, so it really helps to have the Gurkhas camp over there. Gurkhas camp also represents wood element. So when wood is producing fire, South is fire. So South is very good. I want to reiterate that Master Feng did mention that this is a good place for children to study academically. Yes, correct, very good. But also for relationship building. All right. Having said that, when the Gurkhas is slightly away, far away from the building or the Lilium, so you need to travel overseas to build relationship. Hint to the wife to tell the husband, okay, when time to build relationship, please travel a bit further. Okay. Having said that, but I said I have a bit of a advantage here over the terrain because I grew up in this area. Haosan, this whole area is called Lorong Haosan. I grew up in Lorong Haosan, right? So Haosan Avenue and Lorong Haosan are higher ground as compared to the Lilium. So in higher ground, south is very good. All right, so it's good for the south as well. All right. Just a little small point. It also took be part of the Ramakrishna mission. If you can see the south and the southwest has part of the Ramakrishna mission. Ramakrishna mission is actually, when I was growing up, he has all the boys. All right. And these are boys who are, I cannot say they are orphaned. I will just say that their parents are a bit busy, so they left the boys there to be taken care of by the priest. Okay, so it's a good place for the boys because they grew up very disciplined, right? Very disciplined, and they are also good football players. So if South is also, and Ramakrishnan is also a very big compound, very peaceful compound, and for friends who want to buy this place, considering about this place, yes, the second daughter can also be a bit of a religious person, okay, and because there's an MRT over there, so the second daughter or the year 2026 is going to be a relatively a good year, and because of the high terrain over there. Would that be okay?
Okay, noted. Okay,
Okay.
noted. Thank you.
Just a home ground knowledge because I grew up in this area. All right. Good.
Okay.
Masters, can we move on to southwest? Yeah. So
Yes,
southwest
please.
represents. This is also a sector that Master Sharon says she likes it very much. Client of Master Sharon, can you please type in southwest so that we all know that you said southwest is something that you saw, you like it very much, and this is the reason why you give pretty high point for the southwest. Okay, southwest represents the year in the past will be 2015, 2016. Represents the future will be 2027, 2028. It's earth element, and the person or the family members representing southwest is a very important person. It represents the mother of the family. Okay, and southwest also represents the digestive system of the whole family. It also represents for people doing the business. It also represents customer base. Okay, for ladies, southwest also represents the uterus, the womb. Okay, if you want to be forming a family, you want to create a form of family, your southwest and northeast must be very strong because northeast also represents pregnancy. Southwest represents the reproductive organs for the ladies. So southwest, if you're not strong, you can have problems. Right over here, Master Sharon wanted me to highlight to you all that there is a Maris Stella High Primary School and Maris Stella School. These are the two schools that my boys go to, and my boys like it very much and enjoy the childhood over there. And also part of the MRT, partly MRT is in the southwest. So Master Sharon love this very much. All right, Masters, please get on and take over for information.
Yeah, just like you mentioned, the Ramakrishna mission also, I mean, majority of the place also, in southwest of this project itself, right? Yeah, and also, together with it, we can see that there is this Bartley Christian Church as well. Bartley Christian Church, which is not a good element for this sector. Yeah, it's quite close to the projects. However, the one that I'm more concerned is the Bidadari Park, that green patches over there. Bidadari Park integrated with Memorial Garden to be completed in 2022. Wow. So this is the only thing that I don't like, but the others are quite okay. Yeah, I also like this sector except this particular park. Yeah, Master Feng, 点睇啊？
这个地方看起来对家里的女的，就是比较老的老母亲啊、母亲啊，都相当的不错，因为它有学校嘛。你说的那个 pub 没有关系啦，木来生火，火来生土，就把它化掉了。开始的时候当然有压力咯，所以住在这边的人呢都会比较忙碌，而且你看 MRT 在那里呢，就是说明他在外面的人缘非常的好啊，对不对啊？而且你看这个地方呢，火又生土的，火又很强，土也不错，那么东北方也很好，所以住在里面的人越吃越胖哦。当然越吃越胖，有一点 chest 跟它卸掉会比较好一点，所以里面住的人都是身体就是身宽体胖的意思啦，会比较壮啊，越吃越胖了的意思，所以相当的好，我也喜欢这个地方， 哦，所以就是母亲呢，就是比较担心孩子咯，因为你看那个木就是担心自己的孩子啊，所以自己给自己的烦恼，所以还是不要想太多，对吧？还是可以把问题解决的。他自己给自己压力嘛，那个木，哦，所以是没问题的啊，所以
所以不是吃胖的啦，是忌胖的啦。
不会胖的，这个因为土旺肯定是会胖的啦。哦，这个肯定火又那么旺呢，又生它，你说这个 sector 住在里面的女人很健康啊，这个地方非常的好，我也是就是喜欢这个地方哦，所以呢
如果有 hawker center 的话，更厉害了咯吼。
哦，那个吃的不得了啦，所以这个方面呢，就是里面的女主人就健康了，所以我还是很喜欢的。
没关系的 ，now you don't need hawker center. There's all the food panda, Grab delivery, everywhere. Yeah, so it's just a phone call away. That means to say all the females there are going to be plumpish, healthy,
也
right?
是身宽体胖 ，yes，
Yes,
会健康嘛，就吃多嘛。
对，so Chinese 每次说吃是福 ，right? So the
是的，
women,
是福。
yeah, they're fortunate they can eat. So being a bit rounded will be, I mean, some people like voluptuous women, so I guess no harm. But what else Master Fong has actually pointed out is because the mommy tends to worry a bit too much over the kids. And it's really unnecessary, right? It's unnecessary worry. So I guess when women worry, we tend to eat as well. I think most people do, right? If they're under stress. So either way, you will end up eating. So 跑不掉的，对吗？Okay. So Southwest, I don't know, it's a good problem or a bad problem, but I
Good
guess
problem，没问题，
Can
他们
be
会
easily
运动
controlled.
，yes， 他们会运动，因为你看那个木的地方很强嘛，东方，所以会 exercise， 保持身材，没关系。
Okay, they're not suitable for Wendy.
但是呢，再听另外一个 sector 再来说吧。
Okay, that means West sector 有更多东西要讲啊。
对，因为他要吃的东西那边是比较有问题的一点点。
吃的东西就要问 Master KK 了。
好。
Do you have anything to add on for this Southwest on food, Master KK, or is all the food thing in the West sector?
Okay, I just want to give extra information to the audience here. Like I said, I grew up in this area, so I know the terrain very well. I just want to highlight to you that from southeast, and the south sector, southeast, south sector, and the southwest sector, and the west sector, they are all very high ground. Okay, so the Lilium is almost in the cradle, almost in the cradle. So it's high ground. So this will benefit people who are looking to buy the first level and the second level. All right, these are very good information for you. Good. Let's talk about the west sector. Actually, west sector represents not just eating, also represents communication. West sector represents the year will be 2017. Future will be 2029. West sector also represents happiness. All right. Also represents for business owners. Pay attention here. West sector also represents harvest, collection, money collection from your business people. Okay. West sector also represents happiness, like I mentioned. Body parts for west sector are your dental, your mouth, your throat issues. Okay, and for lung as well. So the west sector is metal element. Metal elements do not like fire element, do not like water element. Unfortunately, over here we have two schools over here. As you can see, two red color or pink color buildings over there. There's St. Gabriel Secondary School and so forth. So people in this sector tends to be a bit of a lot of 热气啊，容易发热气，
好事
or ulcer or dry throat and things like that. And also, people in this sector, the people who live in the Lilium, has one more character, and that is they all love good food. All right, 比较重口味啊。The 河粉啊 Jolly well have this wok mei. Okay, the coffee Jolly well tastes like a coffee and not 龙岗醉. Okay, so there are people who demand culinary excellence. All right, good. Masters, please take away from me. Come on.
Actually, I see a back tie harvester Baptist Church over here, right? So this is also a good element over at the west sector, yeah, because it's represent metal element which will strengthen this one. And then further down a little bit, there is also another Bethel Presbyterian Church, okay, which is very nice. Yep. Yeah. Similarly, if you look at the other side of it, we have the underpass. This side also have the other underpass. Also, the health issue, I think, on the vessels issue also need to be taken care of. And then, for this one, it's not the thin vessel of the brain or whatever. It will be the vessel of respiratory system, which is also very, very critical for our health, right? Master Feng, 點睇？
哈哈，到我了，我这个地方啊是有一点比较不舒服啦，因为这个地方为什么呢？你看看哦，这个地方不适合住什么样的人呢？就是要唱歌的，他唱歌很难听的啊，不是因为他不会唱歌，OK， 但是呢，他又喜欢重口味又重口味的，所以他时常啊会有嘴巴烂啦，这个上火啦这种啦。但是呢，它可以适合什么行业呢？因为里面的人呢都是很 strong 的，所以口舌是非，争来争去，每个都好胜，所以家里呢就会比较吵闹一点就是这样的问题，吵闹在 argue 啊，我赢，我这个不是这样的，所以呢火克金啊就是这样啊，口舌是非咯明白吗？但是呢，因为里面呢，它有一些地方是很 strong 的，它这个可以适合做律师的也可以啊，因为律师讲话也是尖酸刻薄的也是可以住的法官也可以，因为东方有权利啊，所以这些景全部都可以住这个地方，但是要注意讲话了，不要太过刺激别人就是这样就是只有这一个方位看适合哪一些行业的人，就是相应的人可以住，相应的人不可以住，就是这样所以这个地方会比较差了一点，要注意气管的问题还有肺的问题不要讲废话，因为火克金那个肺很容易受伤懂吗？火克金OK 好了，就讲这一点了 ，Wendy 到你。
够了，OK, Master Feng. First, okay, for health issues, because of the choice of food, your preference, there will be potential in Chinese overheat. How do I put it? It means you are going to get, like if you like spicy food or very strong tasting food, your system might tend to be what we call overheated. So you need to drink a lot of liquid. So potentially you are also exposed to ulcers. Okay. But because of this partially as well, I think definitely not a place for singers. So be prepared that you're going to hear a lot of neighbors, not that they have very poor karaoke sound system, but simply they really can't sing. So get ready for, some earmuffs if you are going to stay there, okay? And you have neighbors with very good systems. The family who stays there tend to be a little bit noisy as well because they can get into a fair bit of argument. But being argumentative can also mean a lot of things. My family is noisy, very opinionated people. So everybody tends to, want to share and insist on their way of thoughts. So that depends on how you look at it. But therefore, it's a very good grounds for legal personnel. However, you also note that you have to be very mindful of your choice of words. Okay. Well, all part and parcel of life comes with you being opinionated and argumentative. Last thing that he actually repeated what Master Sima said is please note for your respiratory systems. So everything seems to go in a vicious cycle. Okay? Did I miss out anything, Masters?
Well done. Obviously, you're Chinese. All right. So just maybe just one little note. Can I just add one more point?
Anytime, Master.
So in the west. From the west sector, transition to the northwest sector, we have the MRT over there, the Serangoon MRT station. So partial of it is still in the west sector. So from 2017 transiting to 2028, which has been a good year. meaning to say coming 2029, transiting to 2030 would have been a very good year. Why? Because Northwest is also represented by the 2030, 2031. In the past, it was 2018, 2019. Northwest represents the metal element, which is very important because it represents authority, it represents money, it also represents the body part in your head, right, and your cologne, and also the father is the house or the man in the house is represented by the Northwest sector. Yes, you may not be the father yet, but if you are the owner of the house, you still have a bit of flavor of the Northwest sector. So if the Northwest sector is strong, money is good, authority is there. And I want to congratulate you because you have an MRT over there. The Serangoon MRT is in the Northwest sector. Plus, there's a very, very popular shopping mall, next shopping mall in the Northwest sector. And we all know Northwest sector represents metal, represents money. In the shopping mall in next, you have many banks, right? OCBC, Maybank, UOB, etc. So there are banks over there, and the transition there in terms of money for the whole business in Nix is a lot of money because it's a very popular this shopping mall. So it's good. I liked it very much. All right, Masters, kau pilih lah. Come, Master Simas and Master Feng.
Master Simas，
Master Feng first，
可以啊，没问题，我就讲这个吧。讲完了你就没有东西讲了。
对了，让你说。
看这个这个叫西北方，就是
西北，
就是这个主人的地方嘛，或者是老年人还是家里的男主人嘛。你看这个地方，他在外面的人缘非常的好啊，对吧？但是有一点就要注意，因为他这边没有什么其他的金来 support 他的这个地方呢，所以呢，在外面人缘非常好，赚钱的机会也很多。但是回到家里，他不能够出大多声，因为他在家里呢，他的地位没有那么强哦。因为你看他的老婆比他强嘞。所以在家里是乖乖的先生，乖乖听话的，是好好先生来的。所以住在里面的人都是好好先生哦。这里所以你的比较强，所以你想一下这边的住宅啊都是很受到欢迎的，因为只要你住在这里，就会听老婆的话嘞所以呢就乖乖听话咯。但是赚钱机会也挺多的咯，所以你买住宅，你选 unit 的时候要选那个东北方，不要有缺角的，加强它，那么你这赚钱呢，真的是不得了嘞，很好的所以希望你们好好的把握啦也可以做好好先生，然后如果你是不要做比较。怎么说啦？要听话的，那你就加强你的西北方但是有一个问题你强了之后，整家人都强，所以口角是非还是有，所以应该要争来争去啦，每一个都要争权利。我讲的这个有道理，你讲的没有道理啦，就是这样。所以有好有不好还是乖乖听话一点比较好啦。男人叫做疼老婆啦。不好听的话就是怕老婆啦OK 好了。
Master Feng在讲出他的心声是吗？
没有，我不住这里呢，我不住这里。
没有，我的心声是我的心声。OK， 我去那买一间好了。OK，all women, every woman viewers right now, please pay attention to this.
Yes.
If you love to have a yes man at home, please head down right now and pick a unit on the first floor or the second floor, like what Master KK said. Okay, this family, you will have a very good breadwinner who is very, very good who is a very sociable man, very good network outside the house. Okay, so it's somebody that you can bring up for parties, for socializing, and when he comes back home, okay, being a stronger woman, he's going to be a yes man. Okay, he will be helping you, I think, with house chores, whatever you request. Oh, honey, I'm hungry in the middle of the night. You'll get your food delivered by him. Something like that, I think. Or this is what I hope that is represented for a yes man. So that's why I'm hopeful to get a unit there. Okay, so I like this very much. Like what Master Feng said, because woman generally is stronger in this household, so that is a plus point. 对不对啊？我有没有讲错？Okay 啦。
Yeah, 对对
I
对
think
对对。Yeah, yeah.
you know nowadays what we call the modern man, okay, is not for sure.
现在是成功的女人
对，
后面就有一个男人的意思啦。以前是讲
不对呀。
成功的男人后面一定有女人，现在你住在那里面呢，就是你一个成功的女人后面有一个男人。
这个我也可以 translate into 现在在外面有一个很成功的男人，会赚钱，人缘又好，就是后面有一个很强的女人啊，对不对？
对对对。
It's a very good balance for relationship, right? All the guys who lives in there have a very strong woman at home.
Yep.
So I think it's a win-win situation for both. And then the woman will be very happy because he's a yes man who can earn money, right? And this man should also be very happy that he has a strong woman by his side. Nice.
No, not only that, no, he can do shopping, no. He can go recreation center, no. You can see the next mall is there. You can see the recreation the recreation center is there. Wow, so good. Yeah, don't need to be piaka IC, ma, right? So you just relax, do shopping. Yeah, and then like no problem.
Looks like a good thing, right?
所以呢，男孩子想桃花，想都不要想哦，就这里。
Because of the strong woman at home.
Yes， 想都不要想哦。
不用想，享受就可以了。
放心，乖乖听话就好了，在这里面。
没事啦，你疼老婆，老婆会 appreciate the man more. Definitely, yeah.
Can I on 2 points over here?
Sorry, yes,
definitely. Yeah.
Okay,
I just want to point out this thing. Yeah, to confirm that 享受 the enjoying life. You see that? Lilium.
Yes, Lilium, I can hear you, but you're breaking up, Master Seamus.
Start the name.
Yeah, Master Simas, you're breaking up, so maybe I take over Master Simas. So if you look closer to the map, you can see there's a Lorong Lilium.
Yeah, the network is disturbed.
Yeah. So Lorong Lilium and Lorong Onglai. So Onglai been Wang Onglai. So we all know we don't believe in throwing the pineapple into the house when you move into the new house. If by throwing the pineapple in the new house you become rich, then why throw one? Throw 2 lorries of pineapple into your house,
Yeah, you can throw durian also. You can throw cherry as well.
You bring 榴莲叫你跪榴莲课哦，你不听话。
So if you throw pineapple in your house, you become rich, right? Then life can be so simple. You try to throw pineapple in your house, and then you sleep at home and don't work. All right, so we don't believe in throwing pineapple in our house. But over here, you can see it's called Onglai. There's a cherry hill. There's a Lilium. Yes, you can tell that the man and the family love his fruits a lot. Okay, good. Masters, anything to add on before we move to the next chapter? Okay, let's move to the next chapter. We have covered all the 8 sectors, but let's go inside the house. All right. So let's go into the house. All right. This is the actual site map. All right. So there are things. There's one more thing that I want to highlight to you. Generally speaking, the site map, the southeast sector is slightly lower in terms on the ground. Right. Just like I did mention, external is higher, but the southeast sector is lower, which is benefiting to the people getting the first level and the second level. Okay, southeast sector is lower, northwest is towards the high of this ground. Okay, but there's one thing that I want to highlight to you. Yes, you hear me correct. Southeast sector is lower. It's good for you because internally you want to be lower. You want to be the cradle, like a gu. All right, the Chinese call gu, right?
Valley.
So it's better. Yeah, the valley it is better for you. Southeast sector is lower, and then towards the end, northwest is a bit higher. So if you're taking the first level, I would strongly suggest the southeast sector. right? The east sector, all good, right? Southwest sector, and then higher upwards, okay? But there's a thing that I want to highlight to you is this sector, the east sector, that is actually a missing corner in the whole development. Actually, the whole place is pretty squarish, which is I like it so much. But unfortunately, I think due to road expansion, this is used to be an old development. It was unblocked, it was torn down, and then they built the whole place up again. So that is a little missing corner in the east sector. Okay, in the east sector. So the east sector, you need to be careful, right? But the east sector has a lot of shops over there. These shops, the south and the east sector has a whole row of shops over there. In the past, the first shop in a corner is a place where they actually grew a chicken. They turn eggs into chicken. This little factory over there, they actually heat up the eggs and then what do you call it? I have to understand. In English, I don't understand. But they make chickens out of there. Okay, they actually hatch chicken out there, and then there's a lot of shops over there. Okay, and food eatery, very nice food. So the daughter and the son in this development, the first boy and the first girl, wow, they really are food lover, and they can tell you which food is good, which food is not good. All right, 嘴巴很刁. Okay, anything to add on, Masters? Anything to add on over here?
Yeah, I like this this structure as well. Yeah, except the east side, but east side actually you can see that it resonate with the outside. Yeah, outside got some problem. Actually, you resonate this one. So when we select the house, you have to be very careful. The unit as well, the level as well. Yeah. So the selection is very, very critical.
Yeah. But not to worry now, because East is very strong and externally, so this all can be addressed. Okay, there is no perfect house or perfect development in Singapore. Okay, so not to worry about it. Whatever we are doing now is actually doing the X-ray or MRI into your property, and then we can zoom in and tell you more, and then whatever we say, we can be addressed. Okay, so anything to add on, Master Feng?
这个地方呢，这个 plot 呢，是我们在风水讲过那么多的 condo 里面是其中是最好的一个了。它的缺点不是很多，是非常的少了，可以说，而且这里也影响不大，很均匀，所以选那个 unit 还有那个block 的时候就小心一点就没事了，其他很容易解决的 ，OK。
盖住眼睛选60%都选对 ，OK。
因为这个地方是老实说是真的是不错的一个 plot， 这个估计这个发展商有寻过风水的资讯的，应该是这样。
Master Eric, Master Feng, Masters Sharon just text me personally. The one who buy that house is probably the wife who wants to buy this house.
Yes, yes, I think so.
Yeah, you attracted the strong wife. You attract the strong wife.
有钱我也要啊。
Yeah, Wendy already mentioned. Yeah.
Okay, come. Let's talk about further. Let's zoom in further and look into the floor plans. Okay, to educate everyone else. To educate everyone about how to read the floor plans. All right, we just want to share. Give us 2 minutes to teach you how to read the floor plan. So this is floor plan, right? The floor plans actually need to look at the external of the floor plan, which is marked by blue colors. Okay, and floor plans, as you can see, they are not squarish. Need to say there are missing cavities or corners. We call it over here. All right, as you can see, this is of course a floor plan from HDB. Generally, we want to teach and share with everybody. So all these missing corners are not good. All right, all these cavities are not good. If you have a cavity in the south sector, all right, for example, in the south sector, what will happen? You have problem with the breast cancer, high blood pressure, heart diseases, eyesight issues, marriage issues, academic problems. So every time you want to select a house, it is very important you get a good masters to able to read and interpret for you, so you know exactly what you're buying, which is very, very, very important because you're spending over $1 million, and over a lifespan of many, many years of saving. So please get a good master to read the house for you. For example, the north sector. The north sector is missing. You have kidney diseases problem, diabetic problem, poor memories and planning, etc., etc. So, ladies and gentlemen, very important to make sure that you really knows how to read the floor plan. If you do not know how to read the floor plan, get yourself a master's. And this is the floor plan for the Lilium. This is the 2 stories. This is a 2 fader floor plans. Okay. So as you can see over here, we actually change the floor plans for you and teach you how to read the floor plan for the Lilium. All right. You mark out the square. Now you realize that why is Master KK not marking out the square to the extreme end? Well, because we have read the surrounding, so we are able to tell you where should the square be. Okay, and over here we also have protruding. All right, the green colors are the protruding parts. All right, which symbolize very good, very, very good. Unfortunately, most of the HDB do not have protruding. 99.9% of HDB has missing corners and all cavities. Only condominiums and landed properties they have protrudings. Okay, and then of course they also have missing corners. So you can see the pink colors areas are all the missing corners. Unfortunately, and the development of the condominiums, they have also missing corners indoors. All right, the cavities are indoors. These are pipes running behind covered areas. All right, so that you don't see ugly pipes, but they are all missing corners. They are cavities. Right, if you look into it and divide the 8th sector in this property, and you will realize that this is the northwest, and then the north, followed by southeast, east, southeast and south, and southwest and west. So you can clearly tell you very clearly which part or which sector is missing and how can you address it. Okay, so not to worry. When you get a good master to be able to read for you, you know how to improve your feng shui. All right. Anything to add on, masters?
Morning.
Okay. Master
Okay.
Feng?
No,
Good.
no.
Okay, good.
Good.
So now is a time to talk about points. All right. This one, we want to hear from all the masters. What are the points that they're given upon 10? Master Simas, tell us upon 10 how many points you want to give to the yes to go ahead and buy, and no to not buying. All right, Master Simas, tell us.
6, 4.
6 for purchase and 4 to no. Good. I think Master Simas has not given a 6 for a long time, especially properties. He has not many properties that has
Not
passed.
many have this one.
Yeah. So Master Simas has been very stringent. So this is one of the one that has passed with a 6. Good. Master Eric has left his a comment. He can't join us today because he has audit. We are all working masters. So Master Eric has left also a 6 and a 4. Wow. So we have 2 6 and 1 4. 馮師傅，你俾幾多分啊？
6.5, 3.5.
Wow, Master Yao Feng must give so high. 6.5.
What is the 0.5?
Yeah.
Why got 0.5? Which part is the 0.5 they want to give?
0.5 呢，就是女人里面女人比较 strong support the family 咯。
哦，
就是 master 呢就可以轻轻松松在里面听听话。
shopping 啦
Okay. Okay. Good. So my points is upon 5. 5 yes, 5 no. But I like the 2 MRTs over there. As you can see, the MRTs is in the south. It's also in the southwest sector. That means it covers 2 sectors. And then the MRT also appears to be in a little bit of the west sector and the northwest sector. So I'm going to give this house another 1 more additional point. Okay, so I rarely give 6 points. I'm very particular on the property. The reason why I want to add additional point, which is not reflected here, is because of the 2 MRTs in the south and the southwest sector, in the west and in the northwest sector. Okay, I also want to give extra to justify my extra 1 point, which is 6 points. It's because I have been to property and I saw that there is a high ceiling, right, in the first level. This is a point only if you buy the first level. The first level has very high ceiling. I like the high ceiling for a very simple reason. It means that your career has a lot of opportunity to grow up, a lot of opportunity to rise up. Okay, so I like the high ceiling in the first level. All right, good. Having said that, we want to congratulate people who want to buy the Lilium, because Lilium generally is a good property. Okay, Lima, Masters, do you all agree?
Yep.
Yes.
Master Sharon Fong, any comment from you from the audience? Master Sharon Fong also say whether it's good or not good or not. Oh, there's a gentleman who joined us. Johnny, thank you very much, Johnny. Oh, hey, Johnny, I know your property in the Bedok quite long already. Invest on this one. This one good for you. Good for Pastilia also. Come and support this property. This property we give very high points. Okay, good. All right. Having said that, Masters, anything you want to add on?
I think among the properties that we have seen, this one is one of the one actually I like more, because once even you anyhow chose, right, you can find another a unit that actually can be easily do the remedy. The difficult one is that poison arrow with the 3 roads over there. That's the most difficult one. And other than that, the others are simple, very, very simple to do.
Good. Having said that, we are not paid by the developers. We are not paid by the property agents to say anything good about the properties. We do not benefit a single cent monetary from the developers or the property agents. All right. We are just basing on our professionalism as a Feng Shui consultant to tell you more about the properties. All right. Very important. This is a disclaimer. All right. And for this is a slide to promote our coming show, the 13th of November. We're going to have a Smashing Feng Shui Summit, episode 5. What is so special about this show? We're going to share with you a few things. If you want to know how to spot a location where it's so good that the people who live in there, right, based on our experience, have purchased 97 properties. Yes, you hear us correctly. 97 properties in Singapore. You want to pay attention to this episode 5 of Smashing Feng Shui Summit. It's happening on the 30th of November 2021 on a Saturday. Again, it's on the 13 p.m. All right, we always start at 3:13 p.m. Inside, we'll have a hot seat for a gentleman or lady who is live. That means we'll pick you up and put you live and tell you all about read your life and read about your career and your health issues. All right, this is very rare because not many masters has this technique, and we happen in Circle 96 that we have this technique, and this is also officially sponsored by Reno Talk and Sky Creation, our very two good sponsors. Okay, masters, we also want to tell everyone that this is the QR code for them to select if they want to buy our service into the house selection or the workbook or the house audit. Okay, Masters, anything to add on? Wendy as well?
No, I'm good. I've already put up all the necessary links in the comment as well.
All right, so this is also the link for the house selection and the this is the link, right? Okay, good. All right, so I wish everybody, audience, thank you so much for staying tuned and listening to us and give us so much support in the afternoon. We also want to thank Wendy, Master Simas, Master Yao Fong, and Master Eric, who has also given us his point while he's still working out there, and Master Sharon Fong for contributing many tips and information. And we also want to thank our sponsors, Reno Talk and Sky Creation. We want to wish everyone stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy, and be nice to your neighbors, and most importantly, support local business, because at this dire time, this dire situation, local business really need your support. Okay, good. We just want to say bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.